What if I told you a psychic once mapped the afterlife, and the government kept it secret for over 75 years? Edgar Cayce didn't just speak of vague visions. He described realms, transitions, gateways, a detailed path the soul travels after death. This map was locked away, suppressed. But now parts of it have resurfaced, and what they reveal will change everything you thought you knew about death. Let's uncover the whispers of a man who saw beyond the veil of mortality. And to understand the profound implications of Edgar Cayce's afterlife map, we must first delve into the life and times of the man behind it. You may have heard of Edgar Cayce, the American clairvoyant born in 1877 in Christian County, Kentucky. Known as the Sleeping Prophet, Cayce provided over 14,000 documented psychic readings during his lifetime, delving into topics ranging from health and healing to dreams, reincarnation, and the afterlife. His unique ability to enter a self-induced trance state and provide detailed insights attracted both reverence and ridicule. While some saw him as a bridge between science, spirituality, and prophecy, others dismissed his work as pseudoscience. In 1931, Cayce founded the Association for Research and Enlightenment, ARE, in Virginia Beach, Virginia. This organization aimed to explore spirituality, holistic health, and psychic phenomena, serving as a repository for Cayce's readings and a hub for related research and education. The ARE continues to operate today, offering resources and programs related to Cayce's teachings. Among Cayce's most controversial contributions were his descriptions of the soul's journey after death. He spoke of various planes of existence, the process of reincarnation, and the soul's purpose in the physical realm. These insights were compiled into what became known as his Afterlife Map, a detailed account of the soul's progression through different spiritual realms. Allegedly produced during a trance reading, this map was kept confidential by his inner circle at the ARE, possibly due to its controversial nature and the potential upheaval it could cause to established religious and scientific paradigms. Rumors persist that, following World War II, government agencies took an interest in Cayce's work, particularly his afterlife map. The exact reasons remain speculative, but some suggest that the map's implications about consciousness and the soul's journey could have been seen as a threat to societal norms or even national security. Whether these rumors hold truth or are merely speculative, they add another layer of mystery to Cayce's already enigmatic legacy. Despite the controversies and challenges, Cayce's legacy endured. The ARE continued to promote his teachings, and interest in his work saw resurgences over the decades. Today, the organization remains active, offering resources and programs related to Cayce's readings. But what if the most profound insights of Cayce's work have yet to be revealed? Imagine standing on the edge of a hidden world, where layers of reality stretch out before you. Realms not of myth, but of energy and space, quietly waiting to be discovered. What if the map you're about to explore has been kept from you for decades? What if this unveiling changes everything you thought you knew about where the soul truly goes? Step closer, because what most people don't realize is just the beginning. For decades, this map was whispered about in secret circles, its existence denied or dismissed by skeptics and silenced by institutions fearful of what it might reveal. But recently, a leak from an insider within the ARE has brought fragments of this map into the light, exposing notes and sketches long thought destroyed or removed from public view. Imagine holding a parchment so old it feels warm, almost alive beneath your fingertips. Not just paper, but layers of spiritual truth, vibrating softly with energy. What you see is no simple drawing. It's a multidimensional chart, a cosmic geography of existence itself. This map reveals planes, realms beyond our physical world, each layered like veils of translucent light, shimmering and overlapping. Some appear as vast, luminous cities bathed in eternal dawn. Others look like endless forests glowing with an ethereal mist. Still, others pulse with raw, fiery energy. Places where souls undergo transformation or face the echoes of their past lives. What most people don't realize is this map isn't metaphorical. It's spatial, energetic, real. These aren't just symbols, they are coordinates of consciousness, locations you can enter, not with the body, but with the soul. You might wonder, how can this be? How can such a thing exist beyond our current understanding of reality? The answer lies hidden beneath layers of secrecy. Notes redacted, symbols blacked out, sections of the map deliberately erased or blurred. Those gaps hint at truths too profound or dangerous for ordinary eyes. Why were these parts removed? What was the knowledge deemed too volatile, too awakening for the public? This is one of the great mysteries, breadcrumbs leading you deeper into the unknown. The map depicts the soul's journey through realms of purification, enlightenment, and rebirth. It charts encounters with beings of light and shadow, tests of will and love, moments where time itself folds and the soul glimpses eternity. Vivid descriptions from Cayce's trance readings speak of sounds like wind through crystal caves and colors that pulse with life beyond the visible spectrum. Imagine what it must feel like to pass through these realms. A gradual lifting of veils, as if your spirit is awakening from a long, dark dream. A transformation from mirror to window. Suddenly, you're no longer seeing your reflection, but gazing into vast, infinite worlds. This map challenges everything you thought you knew about death, about what happens after the last breath. Most people live in the shadow of fear, death as an ending, an abyss. But what if that shadow is just the veil, thin and fragile, waiting to be lifted? The suppressed knowledge within this map promises a new understanding of identity and consciousness, one where death is not an erasure, but a passage, a doorway to deeper existence. And here's something few realize. This map wasn't just a personal vision of one man. It was pieced together from thousands of Cayce's readings, collected over decades, cross-referenced, and hidden because it posed a radical challenge to mainstream science and religion alike. It's easy to dismiss these ideas as fantasy until you consider the energy embedded in the map itself. There are accounts from those rare individuals who have glimpsed the original documents, describing a sensation like standing inside a prism of light, feeling your consciousness stretch and expand with every glance. Isn't it strange how something so profound has been removed, erased, or banned from our libraries and digital spaces? Imagine the collective awakening lost to us all, hidden beneath layers of censorship and disbelief. You might ask yourself, what if this knowledge transforms not just how you see death, but how you live? What if the map is a key, unlocking parts of your own soul's journey you've never dared to explore? This isn't for the ordinary person content with the surface of reality. It's for those who are ready to see beyond shadows, to pierce through illusions and awaken to truths long suppressed. Soon you'll learn about the missing pieces, fragments still classified, symbols whose meanings remain locked in silence. These are the secrets that could rewrite our understanding of consciousness itself. For now, hold this revelation close. Let it stir something inside you, a flicker of light behind the veil. The journey has only begun, and the full map is still waiting to reveal itself. What will you do when you face the unknown? Will you close your eyes or step forward into awakening? Now that you've glimpsed the hidden map, it's time to walk the path it reveals. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine stepping through a corridor of soft, shimmering light. Neither cold nor harsh, but warm, inviting, and strangely familiar. This is the threshold, the first step in the journey Edgar Cayce described. A passage where the soul leaves behind the physical world and begins a transformation unlike any you've ever imagined. What most people don't realize is that Cayce's vision of the afterlife isn't a vague, distant dream. It's mapped out in stages, clear, structured, and filled with purpose. These aren't just random phases. They form a path almost everyone might walk through after death. You're about to discover what those stages are and how they might connect to what near-death experiencers report even today. The first stage is transition. Picture yourself moving gently away from your earthly body, feeling a quiet release. It's like crossing a threshold between two worlds, one familiar, fading fast, and the other waiting beyond the veil. Many who've faced near death describe a similar passage, a light pulling them forward, soft but irresistible. But what if this light isn't just a metaphor? What if it's a literal corridor leading you to the next realm? After transition comes reflection. Imagine a vast hall lined with countless mirrors, each one showing moments from your life, not just the surface events, but the feelings, the intentions, the choices you made. This stage isn't about judgment, but understanding. You stand surrounded by your memories, bathed in a gentle glow, forced to see yourself fully and honestly. It's a reckoning, but not with fear. It's with clarity. Have you ever wondered how it would feel to truly see your life from every angle, without denial or defense? What would that reveal about who you really are? Next, you enter learning, a space filled with spheres of color, pulsing with energy and wisdom. This realm is alive, vibrant, almost like a school, but not one with textbooks or tests. Instead, it's a place where understanding flows naturally, where the lessons are about growth, healing, and deeper connection. Those who return from near-death encounters often speak of an overwhelming sense of knowledge pouring in, a silent knowing that shifts their entire worldview. Could this be the same universal structure Cayce described? A stage where the soul expands beyond earthly limits? Then comes purpose. Here, you're given insight into your true mission, not just in this life, but across many lifetimes. You see how your experiences weave into a larger tapestry, how your struggles, your joys, and even your mistakes contribute to something far greater than yourself. Imagine standing in a radiant chamber, light streaming down like golden rain, where you finally grasp the meaning of your existence. What if this understanding waits for you on the other side? How would it change the way you live now? The journey continues with reunion. Envision being embraced by figures glowing with warmth and recognition. Loved ones, guides, spirits who have walked the path before you. This reunion is not just emotional, but transformative. It fills the soul with a sense of belonging, of being seen and accepted completely. Near-death experiencers often describe encounters with bright, loving presences that feel more real than anything on earth. What if these reunions are the very fabric of the afterlife, a source of infinite comfort and strength? Finally, the soul reaches return. But this isn't simply going back to where you started. It's a deliberate, conscious decision, an awakening to the cycle of existence, the chance to come back to the physical world armed with new wisdom, new clarity, new purpose. Imagine this as stepping through the same corridor of light, but now transformed by everything you've learned. What if death isn't an end, but a pause, a deep breath before a new beginning? What if the stages Cayce described, transition, reflection, learning, purpose, reunion, and return, are not just his vision, but universal steps we all pass through? If so, what does that say about you, about your journey beyond this life? As you contemplate this map, think about the near-death stories you've heard. The striking similarities, the light, the peace, the lessons, suggest a shared experience, a hidden truth beneath countless cultures and eras. What most people don't realize is that these experiences aren't just comforting tales. They might be echoes of a profound reality waiting just beyond the veil. You stand at the brink of awakening to this possibility. The corridors of light, the halls of memory, the spheres of vibrant color, they're all calling you to look deeper, to question what you thought was final. Are you ready to follow the soul's journey beyond the familiar? To step beyond the shadows and see the radiant map that has been hidden for so long? Remember, this isn't just theory. It's an invitation, a whisper in the dark, a crack in the veil, and once you glimpse it, you will never be the same. Now, let's step deeper into the mystery, a realm where souls are guided, judged, and prepared. What if there's a hidden council, quietly shaping destinies beyond what you've ever imagined? Are you ready to meet the beings who hold the keys to your past and future? You've probably never heard of the Council of Souls before. It's not part of mainstream teachings or popular spiritual talk. But Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, described it clearly: an assembly of highly conscious beings who oversee the journey of every soul after death. These are not gods or angels in the usual sense. They're something else: guardians of memory, arbiters of karmic balance, architects of reincarnation plans. Imagine a vast chamber bathed in soft light, a space beyond time. Here, souls gather after leaving their earthly bodies. The council sits in a circle, their presence calm yet powerful. They don't judge with wrath or punishment. Instead, they help souls sift through their memories, both the bright moments and the shadows, to understand what was learned and what still needs healing. Picture yourself in this room, watching as your own life unfolds like a living tapestry before you. Every choice, every word, every action stretches out in intricate detail. The council gently guides you through it all, offering clarity where confusion once reigned. What most people don't realize is that this isn't a cold, clinical review. It's deeply compassionate, designed to awaken the soul to its true nature. But here's the secret. Cayce hinted that some humans have actually encountered members of this council while still alive. Imagine crossing paths with beings so evolved that their presence feels like a sudden awakening, a lifting of a veil you didn't know was there. Could those rare moments be glimpses into a hidden reality, just beyond the surface of everyday life? This idea flips the ordinary understanding of death and afterlife on its head. Instead of a single leap into oblivion or heaven, there is a structured, ongoing dialogue between you and this council. A dialogue that shapes not only what happens after death, but who you become before the next chapter begins. What if these beings are the keepers of your soul's true story, the ones who help you reconcile the pieces you've lost or ignored? What truths could they reveal if you dared to see? And what if the memories they help recover hold the key to your purpose in this lifetime? Some of this knowledge was considered too dangerous or too profound for ordinary minds, which is why references to the council have been quietly removed from many spiritual texts and banned from mainstream platforms. But the breadcrumbs remain. Enigmatic hints scattered in Cayce's readings, whispered rumors in the corridors of esoteric study groups, and rare testimonies from those who claim to have met them. Imagine standing on the threshold of this hidden council chamber. Are you ready to walk through the door? To see your life's story through their eyes? To confront the parts of yourself you've buried deep? This is more than just a spiritual concept. It's an awakening to a level of consciousness where past, present, and future are threads woven by hands far wiser than your own. The Council's work is not about punishment, but about profound understanding and transformation. And the mystery deepens. Some suggest that the Council doesn't just review souls, it also helps plan their next incarnation, setting the stage for what lessons will be learned, what relationships will be formed, what challenges will be faced. Could this be the real reason why some lives seem entwined across time, repeating patterns until finally broken? What if the Council is the cosmic librarian of your soul's entire journey, and by meeting them, you gain access to a library no ordinary human ever imagined? You may never hear about this in mainstream lectures or sermons, but those who see beyond the veil know the Council's existence changes everything. It shifts the conversation from fear of death to a quest for deeper truth, from randomness to purpose, from isolation to connection. So, ask yourself now, what parts of your soul's story have you yet to face? Are you ready to be guided by beings who understand you beyond your earthly limits? What might change in your life if you truly believed that every moment, every memory, is part of a grand design watched over by the Council of Souls? You will never be the same after stepping into this knowledge. The veil is lifting, but the full picture still awaits. What you've glimpsed here is only the beginning. Before we dive deeper, you need to understand there's more than just life and death. There are entire realms in between and beyond. What you're about to hear will challenge everything you thought about reality. Let's step carefully through the layers Cayce revealed, where the familiar world fades and a new kind of existence begins. There are places beyond the world you know, layers of existence that hum with energy and light, yet remain unseen by most. Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, revealed these realms as real, tangible planes through which the soul passes. They are not just symbols or myths, but actual dimensions with their own textures, colors, and vibrations. What if everything you think you know about the world is just one veil among many? Imagine those veils lifting, one after another, transforming mirrors that once reflected only your limited reality into windows that reveal vast, unexplored dimensions. This is what Cayce described, a map of existence stretching far beyond ordinary perception. He spoke of 4 primary planes that souls pass through after leaving the physical body: the etheric, the astral, the mental, and the celestial. Each plane is like a layer of light, a distinct frequency of being with its own colors, sounds, and sensations. What most people don't realize is that these are not mere metaphors or poetic ideas. They're spatial, energetic realities where consciousness moves and evolves. Picture the etheric plane first. It's a shimmering web of life force, the energetic blueprint of your physical form. Imagine yourself floating in a space woven with vibrant threads of light, where every thought and emotion creates ripples that dance around you. This is the bridge between your body and soul, a realm that hums with vitality and potential. Beyond that lies the astral plane, a realm painted with swirling colors and fluid shapes, like clouds of living light that shift and breathe. It's a place of deep emotion and memory, where the soul begins to explore the echoes of its earthly experiences. Imagine wandering through corridors of glowing mist, each step revealing fragments of your past and glimpses of your possible futures. The mental plane follows, a higher dimension where thoughts take on tangible form. Here, your mind becomes a sculptor, shaping reality with intention and clarity. Imagine standing in a hall of mirrors, where each reflection is a different idea or vision, waiting for you to unlock its meaning. This is the realm of learning, insight, and creative power. Finally, the celestial plane, the highest of Cayce's described realms, is a place of pure light and unity. Imagine a vast ocean of radiant energy where individual boundaries dissolve and all souls merge in a collective embrace of love and wisdom. This is the destination of those who have completed their journey, a realm beyond time and space, where the soul rests in eternal peace. Now, here's where the mystery deepens. Cayce hinted at a lost realm, a plane he saw during trance readings but never fully described or recorded. This realm remains hidden, its nature suppressed or perhaps too profound for ordinary understanding. Imagine a door in the celestial plane, slightly ajar, revealing just a sliver of unimaginable light. What could lie beyond that door? What secrets might it hold? What if this lost realm represents a level of consciousness beyond human comprehension, a place where ultimate truths reside? What if ordinary people never glimpse it, but those who see understand its significance? This breadcrumb of mystery invites you to question everything about reality, your soul, and what waits after death. Modern science, too, may be catching up to these ancient visions. Quantum theories speak of multiple dimensions beyond the physical, a multiverse of possibilities, parallel worlds, and unseen energies that shape existence. Could Cayce's astral realms be the spiritual counterpart to these scientific ideas? Imagine the convergence of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge physics, two paths leading to the same hidden truth. As you consider these planes, ask yourself, what if your consciousness has already traveled through these realms in dreams, near-death experiences, or moments of deep meditation? Have you felt the veil thin, glimpsed the windows beyond the mirror? What sensations stirred in you? Lightness, awe, fear, or a profound sense of belonging? You're standing at the threshold of understanding. These realms are not just places to visit after death, they are layers of reality that influence your waking life. The emotions you feel, the thoughts you think, the memories you carry. They all ripple through these planes, shaping your soul's journey in ways most never see. What truths have you yet to face hidden in these realms? What parts of yourself might awaken when you learn to navigate them? Imagine the transformation waiting for you, the lifting of veils, the expansion of awareness, the discovery that your soul is far greater than you ever dared believe. This knowledge is not for everyone. It's been banned, removed, and buried beneath layers of skepticism and disbelief. But for those who dare to look, who hunger for truth beyond the ordinary, it offers a path of awakening and revelation. You will never be the same once you step into the light of these astral realms. The journey has only just begun. Before we explore what happens after the soul's journey through other realms, it's important to understand that the story doesn't end with ascension. According to Cayce, the soul returns, reborn, renewed, and ready to carry forward the lessons it has gathered. This isn't about punishment or fate. It's about growth, evolution, and purpose. Life becomes a classroom stretching between worlds, a place where your spirit learns and transforms. So, ask yourself, what lesson are you learning right now? What part of your soul's journey is shaping who you truly are? You have to wonder. If Cayce's afterlife map was just fantasy, why work so hard to suppress it? The truth is, this map didn't just challenge beliefs, it threatened control. Religious institutions feared it would dissolve their carefully constructed doctrines. If people saw the afterlife as a vast, living system rather than a final judgment, centuries of dogma could crumble overnight. Governments, too, had reason to worry. A population unafraid of death becomes harder to manipulate, harder to control. If fear of the unknown is no longer a weapon, what else would they use? Even the scientific and medical communities played their part. Many experts publicly mocked Cayce's readings, but behind closed doors, some were deeply curious, quietly studying, quietly cataloging. Some of that research still classified. So why do powerful systems fear spiritual independence? Why silence something that could awaken people to their true nature? What if this wasn't just about belief, but about power? If this map is real, what does that mean for how you live your life? What if death isn't an end, but a turning of the page? What if your memories stretch far beyond this lifetime, buried but not lost? Cayce's vision suggests your identity is not confined to this body, this name, this moment. You are more. You've always been more. Think about it. If your soul has journeyed through corridors of light, met with counsels, and returned to earth with purpose, why don't you remember? Maybe it's not that you forgot, but that you agreed to forget. There's something haunting about that. The idea that your suffering, your love, your path might all be part of a lesson you once chose, a class you enrolled in willingly. And now, the curtain lifts, the noise fades, and something hums behind it all. Steady, ancient, familiar. So ask yourself, what if you've been here before? What if you chose this path? And what if you're just starting to remember? Near the end of his life, Cayce gave one final reading. Short, fragmented, and unlike the others. It spoke of a missing section of the map, one so powerful it could collapse the illusion of death entirely. His words were cryptic, almost fearful. That fragment was never published. Some say it was hidden for a reason, but whispers suggest it's beginning to surface. Pages lost, symbols erased, but not forever. If this final piece emerges, it won't just change what we think about the afterlife. It could change everything. Are you ready for what comes next? Because the veil is thinning.